and welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about Tropical Storm Victor, which has formed in the eastern tropical Atlantic. Let's start off with the current statistics for this storm. Victor has maximum sustained winds of 40 miles per hour, minimum central pressure of 1,005 millibars, and is moving west-northwest at 13 miles per hour. Starting off here with our warnings and cone. That's Sam, if you wanted to know. Here's Victor. So, unlike Sam, Victor is not going to be taking a more westerly path. The storm is going to slowly drift from moving west-northwest, as it is right now, to moving northwest, to eventually moving north, and maybe even moving to the northeast. So, because of that, it'll be moving into cooler and cooler waters. Therefore, it'll strengthen while it's moving more westerly, and then start to gradually decline in strength as it moves to the north. So, from now through Thursday, this will remain a tropical storm, and either very, very late Thursday or early Friday morning, this will strengthen into a hurricane. Through Saturday, by Saturday evening, this is back to a tropical storm, and it has made pretty much probably a 45-degree turn, and is now moving northward through Monday when this cone ends. So that is according to the National Hurricane Center. Now, also according to the National Hurricane Center, here's the arrival time winds with wind speed probabilities turned on. So this is the earliest reasonable arrival time of tropical storm force winds. So here is the possibilities of tropical storm force winds overlaid on top of it. That's the colors. So 70% is now through Friday 8 a.m. the earliest, and 30+ is from now until Saturday 8 p.m. earliest. Now, after Friday at 8 a.m., we start to see everything start to gradually decline. That is due to margin of error of the models, so the accuracy is much less as you go further out in time. Therefore, this area is going to get shorter and shorter until it eventually becomes 5% chance, just because there is all that uncertainty. So here is Victor on satellite imagery, and you can see here that we have plenty of thunderstorm development on the western side of the storm. We have an area of rotation which is right into here, but it's kind of masked by all the thunderstorm development. We also have some outer bands around the storm, and overall, Victor is looking like a decent tropical storm for being a 40 mile per hour, 1,005 millibar storm. Of course, this is going to strengthen, drop in pressure, and then we see a more well-defined center and your more typical tropical storm hurricane look. So that is yet to come. So here is the current storm information, starting off with our global and hurricane models. So most models have that gradual shift to the north and northeast, and one model here, the COTI model, has it just going straight west, which in turn may bring it into a stronger hurricane. So the only difference here in track, the track is pretty much nailed down, that this is going to go to the north and eventually shift to the northeast, except for that one outlier, and the fact that this turn may happen early, like the HWFI shows at around 36 hours, and the CEM2 shows it right around 48 hours, and a gradual turn with a sharper turn at 144 hours. The GEFS is showing that gradual turn and the intensification at around 24 to 72 hours. And the GEPS shows that gradual turn, about the same as the global hurricane models and the GEFS, but it shows a gradual increase in strength as it does so, eventually dropping down into the 960s in terms of strength. You can see the darker the colors get, the stronger the storm is. So therefore, the GEPS has this strengthening all the way down into the average of 981 millibars, all the way up at 43 degrees north. So that is not what other models are thinking. Most of them are showing a increase up until about 72 to 96 hours, and after that, a gradual decline. Which, speaking of intensity guidance, we have this. So now we're seeing a trend here that we have two different possible outcomes. That Victor becomes either a strong tropical storm or a Category 1 hurricane, or it stays as a moderate to weak tropical storm. Both ways, except for this one outlier in the CEM2, shows a gradual decline starting in about 60 to 72 hours. And possibly it redevelops again with some stronger characteristics, probably as a post-tropical cyclone heading over to Europe as it goes into areas where storms tend to get a lot of strength, which is the very northern or mid-latitudes. So that explains this. Here's the European ensemble, which shows that same track, as well as varying intensity, no real specific trend from all these individual spaghetti strands, as I like to call them. And finally, we're going to look at the HWRF. Let's actually start off with the radar. So, this storm, Victor, is expected to get that defined center throughout the day on Thursday and strengthen all the way down into the 970s in terms of millibars. At this point, we're looking at a weak Category 1 hurricane. And as the storm continues to move north, it weakens a lot. So this is by Saturday. We're back down to weak tropical storm and varying at that point. So this storm is going to intensify pretty quickly and then go back and revert to a tropical storm pretty quickly. So in terms of your wind speeds, so we have this storm as a tropical storm now. It fluctuates but remains a tropical storm until right around Friday, Saturday when you start to see that purple. That purple is hurricane force winds. That also fluctuates until Saturday when everything starts to go down in strength. So we see a tropical storm here with varying intensity until Monday when we have a tropical depression. So that's a basic overview of this storm. I'll probably have more specifics as the information comes in. So if you want the latest on this storm, subscribe and hit the bell. That way when I do post an update on this storm, you will be notified. And if you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like. But that is all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time.